Hello everybody, here we are back with Kallisto Plays Games, and today we are playing Dawn of the Zeds. This is the basic scenario of the second edition. It's called, I think, the Classic Nightmare scenario. The setup is complete, so I've seeded the deck. I've set up all of the different chits, so here you have the 4 different tracks with the 4 different zombie units starting. I have chosen one hero and selected 3 more at random. The civilians are also seeded, so here we go. We take the first event card. The first event card tells us that an outbreak will happen at 8+. The infection level is at 0 at the moment, so we don't have to worry about this. We also have to roll for ammunition, for supplies, where we get a 10. So our supply marker goes to 9 because that is the highest supply that we can possibly have. And we get 1 ammunition. Okay, that happened the last time when I played as well, that I got 1 ammunition. It means that we will probably lose this game. But yeah, well, there we are. Okay, so we consume supplies if we have more than 3 civilian units, which we do. So basically we reduce supply by 1. The Zeds in the suburbs move, and the Zeds in the on the forest trail move as well. 1. Okay, I get 2 actions, but at the beginning of my action phase I need to roll a die, and I roll a 5. On a roll of 5 or 6, I have to reduce my research level by 1 and apply 1 hit to the hero assigned to the laboratory. Nobody has been assigned to the laboratory yet, and the research level is at 0, so no effect here. So now I can take 2 actions. In the game, the civilians in the outlying areas cannot move until the zombies have engaged in hand-to-hand combat with them once. So these guys can only shoot at the moment. So we could attack this zombie group here with the civilians up here, but of course we only have 1 ammo. So what we will be doing is we will be starting to scavenge first. Now I have Sheriff Hunt, and Sheriff Hunt can have 1 regular civilian or refugee unit in his space or next to him perform 1 free action, which is what we're going to be doing. So we're going to ask them to scavenge, and I roll a 6 on this one, and a 6 means that I get ammunition, which is really good. So that is 0 actions. This didn't count. Now I'm going to ask them to forage again, which counts as 1 action because I have 2 civilian groups. So 1 is going to perform an action and is going to forage again. So I roll a 5. Now I have the mayor in the town space. So for foraging, he adds a +1 to the rolls. That is a roll of 6 again. So I'm now up to 3 ammunition. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to attack this group of Zeds down here. So we're going to shoot at them. And this works quite easily. You take the level of the attacking unit. This is a level 2 unit. And you have to roll 2 dice. And I roll a 12, which is really good because it means that these Zeds take 2 hits. So they take 2 hits. On a 3rd hit, we flip the Z unit and remove all of these markers here, and then on the 6th hit they're dead. So that was not too bad. Infection level stays as it was, simply because there was no hand-to-hand combat. We draw the next event card. It's called Nuclear Meltdown. Our movement is 1, but we don't have any villagers running yet, so there is no movement. Outbreak at 9+, no problem there. Consume supplies, yes, at 3+, so we consume 1 supply. The Zeds on the interstate move and the Zeds in the forest move, I get 3 actions, and the text reads, at the beginning of the action phase, check the nuclear plant space. Any units, player or Zeds, located there, retreat. Well, that doesn't really make any difference at the moment because the nuclear plant is empty. So I get 3 actions. Again, I'm going to do a free foraging action first, and I roll a 3 + 1 for the mayor is a 4, so I get 1 supply back, which is always nice. And I have 3 more actions that I can use. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fight this time round. I have 2 ammunition left. That's not a lot. I mean, that really, really sucks. But of course, these guys up there are very, very close, and these guys up down here are also very close. What I'm going to do is, I've got 3 actions. I am going to I'm going to take Captain Piazza, and I'm going to move her. She has a movement allowance of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means that she can actually attack this pack of Zeds down here at an attack value of 4. So on a 4, I roll a 4, which means that, oh, she does 0 damage. Now that was a waste of ammunition. Okay, and a waste of a really important action. Okay, so now I'm going to get the civilians down here to roll and see what happens. 7 on a 2, also nothing. Okay, so that was a waste of a really important round. Okay, well, there you have it. That was really crappy. I have no ammunition left. Okay, so, well, better luck next time. Zed's disease quickening. RRR movement at 1, outbreak at 9+, consume supplies at 6+. So yes, we do need to consume supplies. Here we go. Okay, so now what happens is the Zeds up here move into a space where there are civilians. So first of all, this means that there is going to be hand-to-hand combat. So I'm going to resolve that now. So also there are villagers there that are ready to run. I have to check how that actually works. Defiantly immobile villagers refuse to leave. When a space containing villagers becomes Z-controlled, the villagers are released. The unit is immediately flipped to its refugee side and moved 1 space. Okay, so these guys are going to run and move 1 space towards the town center. These guys are now also released. So here we have hand-to-hand combat. So first of all, the infection level rises by 1. We have a 5 to 4, but we are in a named space, and it's also actually a town, I think. So this means we have a We have a shift, a 2-point shift, 2-column shift to the left. So instead of greater than, we have less than, which is good. So we're going to roll. And we roll an 8 on a less than. This means both units take 2 hits and the attacker retreats. So these guys retreat and take 2 hits. And these guys stay where they are and also take 2 hits. Now this is the first of the hand-to-hand combats resolved. The highway guys move as well. First of all, these guys move. And these guys are now released, so they could in theory walk now away as well after this hand-to-hand combat, so we increase the infection level by 1. We have a 7 to 3 2-column to the left, so that would be less than as well. And I roll a 10. Oh god, I have to stop rolling so well. The civilians retreat 1 and take 2 casualties. Oh yeah, actually on the second hit they flip. So these guys are flipped. And these guys only take 1 hit. Don't they? They take 1 hit. Yeah, and stay where they are. Okay, so that's not very good. So now I have 4 actions that I can take. Well, I have no ammunition. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to start foraging. So that is my 1 free action that I get. And we roll a 3, which doesn't help at all because we don't get anything for that. Brilliant. So now I'm going to forage again. And I get ammunition this time round. That's good. Okay, so, but 1 action down. I'm going to move these ones back. 1 action. Yeah, I'm trying to make the most of this. I'm going to attack with... actually, this is the wrong... Well, it doesn't matter really. Captain Piazza. On a 5 for a 4... That's 1, at least. Okay, so that was a good thing. So now they get flipped. And no ammunition left. And I will forage once more. And nothing. Okay, so I'm not really doing too well. Because, yeah. I have no ammunition. This is going to end really badly. It happened like this the last time. No RRR movement, so these guys stay put. No outbreak. Consume supplies for 7 or more. For 7, yes, that's it. All Zeds move. Hilarious. Great hand-to-hand combat. Here we have equal, but we get a 2-column shift to the left. So this is actually 1/2. I'm rolling now. I roll a 7, and that means that the attacker takes 3 hits and the defender doesn't take any hits. Now, this is then 4th, 5th, 6th hit, so this Z unit is eliminated, which is really good because we don't want them. And it also means that this area here is at the moment Z free. So now these Z moves up here. There is nothing there. These Zs move up here, nothing here. But they actually create chaos, and I think they create chaos as well. So then we have Zs moving in here. And this is 7 versus 2, which is triple. That's not going to end well. Yes. Triple and a 7 means that the attacker takes no hits and the civilians take 3 hits, which means this civilian unit is eliminated. So they end up in hospital. Oh, brilliant. I forgot to read the whole card. So all of these go. Actually, and a new Zeds. So always read the card. Gets put on every single track. Here, here, and here, and they also move. So I thought I was Z free there, but I'm not. Okay, so, well, yeah, there you go. Always read the label. Yes, this is no good. No good. Yeah, they also left chaos here. Yeah. I have one action. Isn't that hilarious? Forage for ammunition for my free action. Yes! Forage again. 4. I think that's supplies. Yeah. Well, I'm not doing well at all. Also, the infection level rose by 1. Oh, I think something happens when there is. However, if Zeds and refugees are alone in a space at the end of a Zeds phase, they become slow food. C525. So these guys become slow food, whatever that means. I mean, it sounds horrible. 525. As you can see, this game is by no means simple. Okay, so these get removed and the infection level rises by 2. Brilliant! This is hilarious. Okay, next card. Forest Night Assault. RR movement 2. So these guys go 2 and these guys go 2. An outbreak at 9+, no, not yet. Consume supplies, yes. The Zeds on the forest track move, brilliant. So hand to hand, yay! And these guys move as well. So first of all, we will increase this. 6 to 2. This is a namespace, so that's double. 4. On a double I roll a 4, so this means 2 for each, and the attacker retreats. And the civilians actually are dead. Brilliant. And I have 2 actions. In forest spaces this turn, Zeds units hand-to-hand combat attacks raise the infection level by 2. Brilliant, done that. There are no combat terrain shifts for friendly defending units. Oh my god. Well, it doesn't matter because they were eliminated anyway, but it means that I rolled a 4. Yeah, they would still have retreated, but there's only 1 now. Okay, brilliant. So, as you can see, the civilians are not doing really well. This is a total shambles. This is, you know, we're all gonna die. Okay, so let's try this again. Forage for ammunition, guys. Yay! I have 2 actions. I'm going to attack these Zeds here. On an 8 for a 4. That's 2 hits. I'm going to attack them again. 7 on a 2. Oh, great. 0. Brilliant. So that's it. Let's move on. Brains. Conduct this special turn only. First, increase the infection level by 1. For every 2 chaos markers on the map. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 2. We're now at chaos. We're now at infection level 9. Then advance the Zeds on every track 1 space only in the normal manner, starting with the lowest numbered space of each track. Woohoo! 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh no, actually starting with the lowest number, which means that these yokis can move. And then they can move, yeah. So yeah. Each Zed units that win a hand-to-hand combat and still is still adjacent to a non-Zed unit immediately enters that adjacent space and conducts another combat. There is no limit. If a Zed unit loses a combat or a Zed unit eliminates a Refugee's unit, the chain is broken and that Zed's unit is finished for this turn. After all Zeds have moved and fought, the special turn is over. Draw the next event card. Brilliant! So let's have some hand-to-hand combat, shall we? We'll start down here. We have 3, 2, 2, which is greater than, but it shifts 2 to the left, which means it's less than. So let's see what happens. I roll a 6 on a less than, which means this unit takes 1 hit. And this unit takes 3 hits. So that's 1, 2, 3. And it also has to, on a 6, retreat 1. Okay, so, but the infection level is now at 10. These guys up there also have to fight. They are double, but it's a 2 to the left shift, so it's equal to, and they roll a 3. Yay! Equal to is 3, 0. So these take 3 and have to retreat. And we flip them. Okay, that wasn't too bad. But now, after all Z units have... Okay, if a Z unit loses a combat or a Z unit eliminates a refugee unit, the chain is... Okay. No, okay, they have lost. That's fine. Yeah. Okay, good. So, yeah, now we have a real event. It's called What the? There's more. RR movement 1. So they arrive in the mall district. They arrive here. Outbreak no. Consume supplies 5+. So yes, we consume supplies. All Zeds move. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one also moves. Okay, so now we have hand-to-hand combat. Equal, but this becomes 1/2. And on a 9 for 1/2, they retreat and take 2 hits, so they're eliminated. And they take 1 hit, so this means we flip them. These guys up there are now a Z mob, so we added 6 to 2 is triple, but we move it 2 to the left, that's greater than. And on a 7 for greater than, they inflict 1, they inflict 2. So this is flipped. And they get 1. And they also retreat. Okay. Good. I get 2 actions. Yay, I'm impressed. Something happens when the refugees reach the town center. When a refugee unit reaches the town center, the infection level is increased by 1. Well, I can't increase it anymore because it's at 10 already. The player must then decide what to do with these people, either A or B. A, equip them and send them back out to fight. Remove the refugees unit from the map. You may then replenish up to 2 regular civilian units only by either flipping a civilian's unit located anywhere except the hospital from its reduced strength side, or transferring a civilian's unit from the hospital to the town center and on its reduced strength side. Or protect them and save humanity. Move the refugees unit into the refugees camp on the player mat. If you win the game, this will enhance... Well, we have no chance of winning the game, so we will... what we will do is we will flip 2 units back to their normal side. Okay, so I have 2 actions. First of all, I'm going to use my free action and forage. I get 1 supply back. Yay! I have no ammunition. Forage again. Well, no, actually, I'll move these guys. 1, 2. And I will remove these guys. 1. No, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a barricade. And this means I'm done. Okay, next round. RR movement 1. Tup. Okay. Outbreak at 9+. Yay, we have an outbreak. Now this is great. Outbreak procedure. Decrease the infection level by 5 spaces, so from 10 to 5. That is done. Draw and play a fate card. So this is interesting. Now we're going to see the first fate card in action. As you can see, this game has quite a lot of rules, and it takes quite a lot of referring back to the rules. It's a very complex game, actually. Sometimes I feel it's a little bit fiddly for what it is. It's a zombie game. But then again, they do call it a war game. Solitaire. So yes, it is more of a war game. It is very complex. It doesn't compare in complexity to any of the other State of Siege games that I've played so far. It does get very hectic. And for example, I'm placing chaos markers, but I tend to forget that as well every so often. I'm also not quite sure actually what those chaos markers actually do, except that, you know, sometimes you get a card which says, oh, depending on how many chaos markers you have, blah, blah, blah. You can also get rid of them. But that is one of those things where I'm like, yeah, you would have to refer back to what do you need to do to get rid of this. Yeah. And of course, you should also be doing research to, you know, in the laboratory to create the weapon or the antidote. But to me, the problem is I don't have enough actions. So I feel that at the moment, for the amount of actions that you actually get per turn, there is too much that you should be doing for you to win the game. So I think actually mostly you will be losing at this game. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so now let's draw the fate card. Rampant Paranoia. Play this card. Immediately remove from play one hero unit in the game maintaining its current condition. That hero unit can only re-enter play in that same condition if it is the selected hero on any card that allows a hero to enter the game. So basically you keep this card. I don't know why you would want to do this. You add one in the forest, and you play this card, so you take one hero unit in the game, maintaining its current condition. Okay, so I'm gonna take away, well, the dog. I mean, I'm not gonna do a lot of research anyway, and this healing thing is also, I don't have enough actions to do a lot of healing. Okay. So we now consume supplies. The Zeds on the interstate move twice, and we lose the game. One, no, not quite, 1, 2. So these guys are now almost in the city. Okay, so we have 0 ammunition. We have 1 action. So I'm going to forage. I make it. And I'm going to get this is difficult. Yeah, okay, I can either move him in here and engage in hand-to-hand combat for... This is a named space, so... So he would come in at 5 to 7, which is less than... And I would need to roll a 12 to make a difference. No, I'm going to shoot. Oh, great. And nothing happens. I lose the ammunition that I have. Now, if this Z unit moves on the next turn, I've lost the game. Okay. No RR movement. Outbreak at 10 plus, no outbreak. Consume supplies, yes. I'm also down, almost out of supplies. The Zeds on the forest track move by 2. 1, 2. So they're almost there. If at the end of your action phase the mind space is Zeds controlled, yes, which is definitely the case, place the tough marker on one random Zeds unit on the mountain track until eliminated for each hit scored on that unit. Roll a... Okay, well, yeah, it's not going to be easy. We have 4 actions, brilliant. So I'm going to do a free action to forage. I get 1 ammunition back, brilliant. I'm going to shoot at this unit. And they take 2 damage. Down 1 action and down ammunition. I'm going to move her back 1, 2, 3, 4. This doesn't count 5, so then she can... So that was 1 action. I'll forage again and I get ammunition, brilliant. So she's gonna shoot as well on a 5 for a 4, 1. Okay, at least something. Okay, and that's our turn over. Oh yeah, now we need to place the tough marker. Smart, toxic, that's stench, fast. Tough. Okay, next round. And no RR movement, no outbreak, no consuming any supplies. The Zeds. The Zeds move into this space. So now what happens is I get to roll 1 die and I roll a 2. Nothing happens. So now we do hand-to-hand combat. So here we have 9 versus 3, which is triple. She's in a named space, so that is double. And I roll a 6 on a double. She takes 2 hits and has to retreat, and they take 1 hit, which I will assign to this unit. Okay, I have 4 actions. I'm going to forage for ammunition, and I get ammo, and I'm doing it again, get more ammunition, brilliant. So now we're going to attack Okay, I'm going to move him. That is 1 action, and I'm going to engage in hand-to-hand combat for less than, and I roll an 11, which means I take 1 hit and they take 2 hits. And I cancel that hit, so that's really good, the hit on myself, so I have 2 actions left. I'm going to get I'm going to move these guys back. Okay. And then I have 1 more action. Move these 2 back. Okay. So let's see. Berserker Hero. RR movement 1. These guys make it to the town. So I'm going to move these ones in here as a changeover. And these ones move here. Outbreak at 8+, no. Consume supplies at 5+, yes. The Zeds in the suburbs move. There aren't any, yay. And I get 4 actions. Immediately select 1 hero unit in play. For the entire turn, that hero unit receives a 2 to the right shift when defending and when attacking, and a 2 to the left when defending in hand-to-hand fighting. Yeah, well, this is going to be him. So first of all, I'm going to attack this unit on a 7-4. That is greater than. And I roll an 8. Which means that they take 3 hits, so they're eliminated. I take 1 hit, but I can try and cancel this one. And I manage to cancel this, so I stay safe. Brilliant. I'm going to forage for ammunition. Nothing. 1. And 1 more time, and I get ammo. Brilliant. And now I have 1 more action left, and I'm going to use this to shoot at them for a 10 on a 2, and that is at least 2. That's not too bad. So they take 2 hits. Okay, next one. Our movement 1, so these yolks are going to move. Outbreak at 5+, brilliant, we have Outbreak. Fate card. One unit enters on the highway. Sturdy vehicles commandeered. Hold this card. Play during the action phase to add up to 3 spaces to the movement of any one non-pickles player unit 1 time. Does not apply to the tunnel track. Brilliant. So we're going to do this. We don't consume any supplies. The Zeds on the forest track move. Yay, which means we've lost the game because these Zeds are now going to move into the town centre, and that's it. Game over. Well, as you can see, it's a tough game. It's also, you have to keep track of loads of things. Sometimes I get a little bit confused, you know, when I'm moving the Zeds, and then, you know, you do the hand-to-hand combat, so have you moved all of them, you know, so I have to find a way of keeping track of which Zed units I have moved. So this is a playthrough. Kallisto Plays Games, Dawn of the Zeds, 2nd edition, and this is the, is it Tim Allen? Tim Allen map. There is also the map that came with the original game, which is smaller, and it's also a lot busier, so I really like this map. This was created by Tim Allen, who is a, who basically posted this on Board Game Geek, and then it was included in the 2nd edition of the game. So it's a game I like. It's not my most favorite State of Siege game. I have a feeling that they may have overplayed their hand a little bit, because the concept is brilliant. The State of Siege idea with the different tracks moving towards the center space works perfectly. But I think there is just too much in that game that you can do, or that you should be looking into, but too few actions to perform this. This could be intentional, that, you know, you're supposed to lose 90% of the time. But then I'm like, yeah, well, you know, I don't really have to do all of this research stuff. The game is hard enough as it is without me spending time on doing research. I mean, I don't really know how I could have done any research with the few actions that I had during